Imagine driving alone on a deserted mountain road with the rain pouring down like relentless tears from the heavens. You're surrounded by nothing but the pitch-black night and the harsh echo of rainfall against your car. The road ahead is winding and treacherous, each turn a testament to the wilderness you've ventured into. The gusty winds seem to whisper ominous secrets, adding to the eerie symphony of the storm. Every flash of lightning illuminates the road momentarily, revealing its perilous nature. The isolation is palpable, a constant reminder of how far you are from the comfort and safety of civilization. Suddenly your headlights catch something unusual. Up ahead where the road should have continued, a landslide has tumbled down the mountain, blocking your path. The sight of the debris-laden road sends a chill down your spine. Your heart pounds in your chest, adrenaline courses through your veins. Panic surged through my veins as I realized I was stranded in the middle of nowhere, far from help. The night grew darker, and the rain showed no signs of mercy. Each droplet that hit the roof of the car echoed like a drumbeat, a relentless symphony of nature's fury. The wind howled, weaving tales of desolation, its gusts shaking my temporary refuge. I was alone, stranded amidst the tempest, my heartbeat racing in sync with the thunderous storm outside. In the eerie silence between the thunderclaps, fear crept in, stealthy and sinister. It wrapped its icy fingers around my heart, squeezing tighter with each passing moment. The car, once a symbol of freedom and adventure, now felt like a cage, confining me in the midst of an untamed wilderness. The world outside was a blurred canvas of shadows and storm, the headlights reflecting off the relentless rain, painting a picture of despair. The isolation was haunting. The echoes of laughter and conversation that once filled the car were now ripping roar of the storm and the rhythmic thud of my own heartbeat. Each tick of the clock seemed to echo in the hollow silence, a stark reminder of the passing time and the increasing distance between me and the rest of the world. The fear was palpable, a living entity in the small confines of the car. It gnawed at my courage, whispering doubts and uncertainties. The world outside was a hostile stranger, and I was an unwilling guest in its unforgiving terrain. The despair was overwhelming, threatening to drown me in its icy waves. Yet, amidst the chaos, there was a moment of clarity. A moment when the fear subsided and in its place a tiny spark flickered. A spark of hope, stubborn and resilient. I remembered the words of wisdom from a survival show, the importance of staying put in the face of danger. I clung to that glimmer of hope, letting it shine in the darkness, a beacon guiding me through the storm. It was in that moment of despair, with my tears merging with the raindrops on the window, that a flicker of hope ignited. And in that flicker, I found the strength to face the storm, the courage to endure the desolation, and the resolve to wait for the dawn. A survival show I had once seen, where the crucial advice was to stay put in an emergency, suddenly flashed in my mind. It was an epiphany, a lightning bolt striking through the fog of my terror. I decided to wait, to bank on the wisdom of those who had stared danger in the face before, and to hold steadfast. The decision was a simple one, but of monumental significance. It was a self-imposed pact, a solemn to withstand whatever was about to unfurl. It was a defiant challenge hurled at the raging storm outside, a silent proclamation of my refusal to succumb. The choice to wait was my initial stride towards hope, but waiting is akin to on tenterhooks. It's a test of fortitude, a grueling endurance trial. Time, the ever-elusive, seemed to distort, stretching each second into an agonizing minute, each minute into an interminable hour. The clock hands to taunt my plight, moving with a lethargic disinterest. Every tick was a sinister echo of my escalating heartbeat, a persistent beat in the tempest's symphony. The sounds outside my car were a symphony of terrifying harmonies. The wind shrieked a chilling requiem, the incessant rain hammered down on the roof, and the thunder bellowed with a savage intensity. Each sound was a grim reminder of my dire situation, a symphony of the storm that reflected my inner turmoil. Yet within this discord, I discovered an odd comfort. Each sound was a testament to the world outside, a world still in motion, still pulsating with life in spite of the tempest. It was a cruel lullaby, but a lullaby nonetheless, reassuring me of my existence and my connection to this world, even amidst this tempestuous ordeal. I was an integral part of this storm, a survivor in the making. Fear, they say, is the greatest of motivators. It drives us to action, compels change, and propels survival. As I sat in my vehicle, cocooned by the terrifying sounds of the storm, fear became my uninvited companion. It poked and prodded me into action, nudging me to think, to strategize, and to dare to. It was a harsh juxtaposition to the safety of my car, a blatant reminder of the lurking peril outside. Hours morphed into what seemed like an eternity, but I clung to hope like a lifeline. It was my torch in the engulfing darkness, my anchor amidst the tumultuous sea. It was the promise of a new dawn, of a brighter tomorrow, of survival. Was the quintessence of my weight. As the first light of dawn broke through the clouds, I saw a glimmer of hope in the distance. The darkness of the night began to recede, and a new day was dawning. The rain was still falling, but it was not as relentless as before. Suddenly a faint hum echoed through the mountains, growing louder with each passing second. It was a sound that signaled salvation. A four-wheel drive vehicle appeared from the mist, its headlights piercing the gloom like a beacon of hope. They were good Samaritans, brave souls who had ventured out into the storm, traversing the same treacherous roads I had. They were not deterred by the harsh conditions, but instead were driven by a noble cause, to help those in need. They quickly assessed the situation, their determination and concern. The landslide that had seemed insurmountable to me was merely a challenge to them. Armed with shovels and pickaxes, they started to clear the path, their movements synchronized in a dance of rescue and survival. The rain continued to fall, but it could not dampen their spirits. Their efforts were tireless, they worked as a team, supporting each other, their actions speaking louder than any words could. As they cleared the last of the debris, they signaled for me to start the car. The engine roared to life, mixing with the rain and the wind to create a symphony of hope. I slowly maneuvered the car through the cleared path, my heart pounding with gratitude. I exchanged a glance with my rescuers, their faces smeared with mud, but their eyes shining with the satisfaction of a job well done. Relief washed over me as I was able to continue on my journey. As I left the site of my harrowing experience, I looked back one last time. The Good Samaritans were already packing their tools, ready to continue their mission. They had not just rescued predicament but also from the clutches of despair. Their courage and kindness had reignited my faith in humanity. They were the embodiment of hope, reminding me that even in the darkest hours there are always those who choose to be a beacon of light. As I tore away from the heart of the nightmare, my vision was blurred by hot, rolling tears of gratitude. My heart was a roaring tempest of emotions, relief, joy, gratitude, but above all, a ground-shaking respect for the capricious beast that is life and the relentless tenacity of the human spirit. The journey had begun as an ordinary drive had mutated into a petrifying spiral into the unknown. In the span of a single night, I had been catapulted from the warm embrace of the mundane into the icy, gnashing jaws of uncertainty. I was alone, marooned in the barren wasteland of desolation with fear as my relentless stalking shadow. The experience, as gut-wrenchingly horrifying as it was, had bestowed upon me a fresh perspective on life. In those long, echoingly solitary hours of waiting, I had encountered fear in its most primal form. It was a vicious, shadowy beast that gnawed incessantly at the edges of my sanity, threatening to swallow me whole. But amidst the smothering turmoil, a tiny beacon of hope had ignited within me, slicing through the smog of dread. A hope that had been the solitary lighthouse in the all-encompassing darkness. A hope that had murmured softly the impending arrival of dawn, that aid winding its way towards me. And it was this single shard of hope that had reshaped a terrifying predicament into an awe-inspiring testament to the resilience and benevolence of the human spirit. When the storm of adversity was at its peak, when all seemed irrevocably lost, strangers materialized from the mist, marching steadfastly through the very same hazardous conditions to extend a lifeline. They were personifications of pure kindness, their actions a vivid reminder that humanity could blaze fiercely even in the pitch-black tempest. This metamorphosis, this journey from paralyzing fear to invincible hope had been nothing short of a miracle. I had been a first-hand witness to the dynamic power of hope, the unyielding strength of the human spirit, and the profound generosity of strangers. I had unearthed a deep-seated bravery within myself that I had never existed. And during this upheaval I had discovered that even the most blood-curdling experiences could give birth to profound transformations. In the face of adversity, hope had emerged victorious, and faceless strangers had become guardian angels. The tears that had once been a manifestation of fear and desolation had transformed into tears of hope and gratitude, a testament to the transformative, life-altering power of hope. That day I learned that even in the darkest hours, when fear threatens to consume us, a glimmer of hope can pierce the shadows and lead us to safety. This experience was a profound testament to the power of resilience and the kindness inherent in the human spirit. Trapped on a desolate mountain road in the middle of a storm, I was consumed by fear and despair. But through it all, I held on to hope, a beacon in the terrifying darkness. This ordeal taught me that hope has the power to transform fear into courage, despair into determination. It showed me that we are capable of much more than we think. We can face the most daunting challenges and emerge stronger, wiser. In the face of adversity, we can find strength in the most unexpected places, and sometimes tears of despair can indeed give way to tears of hope. In that transformation, we discover the indomitable strength that resides within us.